question number 1. Alright, so it says a horse can run 75/100ths of a mile in 1 and 2 minutes. What is its average speed in miles per hour? So what is important in this question? Ronnie?
A horse can run 0.75 miles in 1.2 minutes.
Okay, what else is important? Mikhail? Okay, and then you see this keyword right here, per. What is that telling us? What is that telling us, Delilah? So we're gonna be finding the unit rate for this one, right? Okay, so I'm going to set this up. And I have to figure something out though, excuse me, because this is miles and this is minutes. This is asking us per hour. So how does that change how we set this question up a little bit? Troy?
You're trying to make it with a 1.2, hit 60, and then you multiply how much you did to get 60 to 0.
Okay, you're giving me too much. So with minutes and hours, I can't do that, right? So can I change 1.2 minutes to 1 hour? No, I can't, you can't change 1.2 minutes to 1 hour because how many minutes do you have? 1.2. But, Troy, you can change that hour to what? Minutes, okay. Alright, so essentially this is one way that you can set this problem up. Alright, now how do I go about solving for this problem? What do I have to do? What do I have to do here? How many of you guys did this problem? I didn't ask if you got it right or not. How many of you did number 1? Okay, so those of you who have your hand up saying that you did number 1, it's okay if you didn't do it right, but I need you to participate. We did not just spend 30 minutes of you working on questions to not participate at all. That is going to infuriate me, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to assign the test right now. I will not do this entire review by myself or with 3 people. Does that make sense? This is not for me, ladies and gentlemen. This is for you. So please start participating. Other than Ronnie, Mikhail, and Troy. Alright, Camden, what do you think we have to do here? Okay, so essentially we have to go from here to here, right? But it's going to take me a really long time to figure out 1.2 times what. So what is another strategy that we can use to figure out what we're technically multiplying 1 and 2 times 5?
Divide.
Divide. So I'm going to do 60 divided by 1 and 2 tenths. Can I have a decimal on the outside? No. So I'm going to move my decimal here, which means I have to move my decimal on the inside there. Alright, now we can kind of work through this. So what times 12 gives me 6? Anything? Nothing. Alright, what times 12 gives me 60? Krishana. And then what times 12 gives me 0? Mila? 0. Alright, so now I know that I multiply by 50 here. So then what do I have to do to the top? What do I have to do to the top? Aiden. Alright, so when I multiply 50 times 75/100ths, I get 0, 5, 2, put my 0 down, 7 times 0, 0, it's 5, Now, I don't see that answer anywhere, so what did I do wrong?
Decimal.
I forgot to put my decimals back in, right? How many decimals do I have in my problem? Or let me rephrase that. How many decimal places do I have in my problem? I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Gemma? 2, because I have 1, 2, so I have 2, which means, Gemma, what do I have to do with my decimal?
Move it 2 places to the left.
Yep. So, 37.5 miles in 60 minutes. Okay, that is your answer for D. They're good. You guys are just gonna have to review the study guides tonight. Okay. All right, questions about number 1? How many of you guys did okay with number 1? How many of you guys got a little scared because you saw this to this and you're like, I don't know what to do? But yet we figured it out together, right? So don't panic all the time and be like, I don't know what to do. Use what you know. All right, let's go on to number 2. It cost Sean $3.75 to play 45 songs on an old jukebox. The jukebox only accepts quarters. How many songs can the jukebox play per quarter? All right, what is important in this question? Kaya.
$3.75 to play 45 songs.
Okay. What else?
How many songs can the jukebox play per quarter?
Okay, and there's one more thing that is important.
The jukebox only accepts one.
All right, and then we see this word again, per, which is telling us what? Unit rate or unit price if we're dealing with money. All right, so I need to find out, it's $3.75 to play 45 songs. I need to know how much per 1 quarter. All right, money always goes on top. Now, what do I set to the top over here? What do I set it to? Why? Okay. All right, so what do I need to do here then? So I have $3.75, I have 25 cents on the top. Am I multiplying or am I dividing? Emily?
Dividing.
I'm gonna divide, right? I don't know what I'm gonna divide yet, so how do I figure that out?
We divide $3.75 by 25.
Okay. And can I divide it with a decimal on the outside?
No.
Okay. All right, so now I'm ready to do my division. What times 25 gives me 30? Nothing, right? What times 23 is going to give me 37 or really close to 37 without going over? 1. All right, what times 25 is going to give me 125? William? All right, so technically, we are dividing by 15. 15 is not our answer, but what do you see up there that would make you think 15 is our answer? 15 is an answer choice. All right, we did this work here to figure out what we're dividing by. So that's important. So if I divide by 15 on the top, I have to do 45 divided by 15 on the bottom, which 45 divided by 15 gives me what, Troy?
3.
So it's 3 songs per quarter. So that is my answer. Okay? Have you guys seen this question before?
Yes.
Yes, you have. All right. Questions about that one? All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So this is I'm not going to Seriously. Okay, this is your first percent question. Alright, so it says, what is 15% of $4,800? What's important in this question? No?
15% of 4,800.
Okay, so Noah, what are we looking for then?
Part.
The part. Alright, so if I set this up like we are used to seeing it, I know that 15 is gonna go above my 100, and I know that 4,800 is gonna go underneath because Noah just told me we're looking for the part. Alright, there are multiple ways that you can solve this problem. What's one way that you wanna solve it? What's one way that somebody solved it? Who did cross multiply and then divide? Okay, who did side to side? Okay, alright, so why don't we do both and see if we come up with the same answer. So let's cross multiply first. So 4,800 times 15, what did you get? Kylie?
72,000.
And then Kylie, what do I do with that 72,000? So I cross multiplied and then I what? Excuse me? Divide by 100. Alright, so when I divide by 100, 72,000 divided by 100, all I have to do is what? To make this problem really easy, what do I have to do here?
Get rid of the 2 zeros.
Get rid of your 2 zeros, because you're essentially going to divide by 100, so I can cross those two off and those two off. So X is $720. Okay? So that's if you cross multiply and divide. Now, let's do the other way. So we have X over 4,800 equals 100 or 15 over 100. So Amelia, you said you went side to side? Alright, so did you go this way or this way? You what? So right to left? Alright, so what do you multiply 100 by to get 4,800? So times 48 times 48. So when you do 15 times 48, you get 720. So either way, you get the right answer. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is $720. Alright, how many of you guys got that one right? What'd you do? With this one? Okay. And guys, the foolproof way, if you're not sure about the side to side or the up and down method, the foolproof way is always multiply, then divide by 100. Okay? Or if you're looking for the whole, you multiply and then divide by your percent. Okay? So cross product, as much as I don't like it, I feel like is one of the easier ones to do. Yes? You what?
I don't know.
Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Number 4 says, what is the rate of a car that travels 120 feet in 20 seconds? Alright, so what's important in this question? Aiden.
120 feet, 20 seconds.
Okay, what else is important? Aiden.
The rate.
Alright, so what type of question is this? It's gonna be a unit rate question. Alright, so I'm gonna put 120 feet, I'll put 20 seconds, and then I'm gonna set it equal to 1 second. How do I go from 20 to 1? What do I do? Christiana? top, what do I do? Krishana? Alright, and 120 divided by 20 gives me what? Alright, so I go 6 feet per 1 second. Alright, questions about that one? You have a question?
Not a question, but a statement.
The statement?
I
Okay.
kinda didn't read the episode name with 1 second first and then
6 feet on the bottom. Because it's asking you how fast they can go per 1 second. So that seconds, like the seconds have to be on the bottom because that's the rate you're finding. Because if you do the 6 feet on the bottom, you're essentially, you could get it wrong and answer it as B, 6 seconds per 1 foot, which is not correct. I mean, you got lucky with that one, but your unit rate has to be whatever you're looking for set to that one, alright? Because you're not looking for the feet, you're looking for you're looking for the feet, but no. I don't know how to say it. I would prefer you not to do that, but if it works for you every time, then you can do whatever you want. I'm not one of those teachers, you gotta do it one way or the other. Just make sure you understand. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next question. So the next question is, what is 25% of 4,800? Looks kind of familiar, right? Alright, what's important in this question? What's important in the question? I got the same people. I'm not asking you to solve, I'm just simply asking you to tell me what's important. Gemma?
25% of 4,800.
Okay. Alright, so what are we looking for? What are we looking for? Aiden? So setting it up the same way as last time. I have 125 there, 4,800. Alright, so cross multiply 4,800 times 25. What did you get? Wait.
120,000.
And then you divide it by what?
100.
So cross off minus zeros and you end up with,
1,200.
okay, 1,200. I have a question. Had you done question number 3, could you have done process of elimination with your answer choices and not done an ounce of math for this one?
That's what I did.
Because you can get rid of this one, and this one, because it's 25% of 4,800, right? Well, 15% of 4,800 was 720, right? So this one, you didn't even have to do any math to get your answer. Now, do I want you to do your math? Yes. Do you have to show your work? Yes. But, just saying. Yeah. Because you can do like times 4 and times 4. Or divide by 4. Sorry. You have to divide by 4. Divide by 4. That works too? Alright, what?
I just took 48 and broke it into fourths and then added 2 zeros.
I don't care as long as you get the answer. You know my rule. Alright, when Margie visited the beach at Key West, she collected 50 seashells. She had 15 smooth shells and 35 shells with ridges. What percent of her shells had ridges? Alright, what is important in this question?
He
Mikael.
put
hold on real quick. This 50 seashells is what?
The whole.
It's the whole. So right off the bat, you're thinking to yourself, okay, I'm not finding the whole. Keep going, Mikhail.
He had 15 smooth shells and 35 shells with ridges.
Okay.
What percent of your shells had ridges?
Alright, so 15 smooth shells, 35 with ridges. What percent? So this right here tells me what am I looking for? I'm looking for the percent. Alright, what number goes on the bottom? What number goes on the bottom? Even if you didn't get to this one with us solving it together, what number do we know will go on the bottom? Kaya? And then what number goes on the top? 35. Alright. How do you want to solve this one? A couple different ways. Remember, sometimes you want to find the easiest way to solve it. Easiest way to solve it. Ronnie?
I kind of solved it and I kind of didn't solve it. I kind of like multiplied all of them by 2.
Why?
Because the 50 would equal the 100, so you have the full 100 as a whole. And then the 35 times 2 as well, that gets 70%. And then the smooth shells, I did 15 times 2. Then 70 plus 30.
Okay, you're doing too much. I'm gonna stop you right there. Easiest way to solve this problem, side to side, multiplying by 2. So, and I don't know if you were here for this lesson last week or not, but essentially guys, if you multiply by 2 here, you multiply by 2 on the top, you get your answer. Do not make percent questions harder than it needs to be, because if you do 15 times 2 and 35 times 2, you have 2 choices, right? Now, hopefully you're thinking, okay, well 35 is greater than 15, so I know that this is my answer. But that's a lot of error to be made, okay? So again, keeping it simple, as simple as possible. 35 times 2 gives us 70. All right, number 7 says Diana ordered a shipment of 48 sun hats for the store she owns. Of the 48 hats she ordered, about 20% were pink. How many of the hats were pink? All right, so what is important in this question? Guys, this is the easy part that I need all hands up. Like, everybody should be participating with this part. Emmeline.
48 sun hats.
Okay, why is that important?
Because it's the whole.
All right, keep going.
Of the 48 hats, she ordered about 20% were pink.
Okay.
How many of the hats were pink?
All right, so we have our percent right here. So, Emmeline, what are we looking for?
The part.
We're looking for the part. All right, so I'm looking at my 20% there, my 48% there, and I know I'm looking for that bit. All right, what's a way that we can solve this problem? It's a way that we can solve it.
Up and down.
All right, so are you doing times or divide?
Divide.
Okay, what am I gonna divide by?
5.
So 48 divided by 5. So, question for you guys. You should be looking at this and saying, I'm going to get a number that is what? It's what? Aiden. A decimal. But looking at my answer choices, they're all whole numbers. So what am I doing wrong? Because I swear I'm doing this right. What am I doing wrong? Or am I doing anything wrong? Am I doing anything wrong? So I'm gonna finish this. So I'm gonna say 9, this is 45, I have 3 left over. So technically I have 9 and 3/5 is my answer. So did I do anything wrong? No, my math was perfect, my setup was perfect, but I don't have my answer. Delilah, what in there is a key thing to not make me go crazy on this problem? Yes, the word about. So Delilah, am I rounding up or am I rounding down? 9 3/5 is closest to what number up there? 10. Okay? So guys, be careful, make sure you're reading. Make sure you're reading your questions carefully. Make sure you're looking up those key words. Because again, we did this perfect, but then it's like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Because I'm not gonna get the right answer. No, you did everything right. You just gotta read your questions carefully. All right, number 8. What is 30% of 255? All right, what's important in this question? Gemma?
What is 30% of 255?
Okay, so Gemma, what do we look for? Part, whole, or percent?
Part.
We're looking for the part. Because we have our percent, which is 30, and then we have our whole, which is 255. All right? So looking at the up and down, that's going to be kind of hard, isn't it? All right? Looking at side to side, again, that's going to be not nice numbers. So what do we need to do? Cross multiply? All right, so you're going to do 255 times 30. Raise your hand if you got this far. All right, since not a lot of us did, go ahead and solve this problem. Stand up when you have it solved. Stop. All right. Lisa, what'd you get? When you did 255 times 30?
76,650.
All right, you have an extra 0 in there. Should just be 7,650. All right, then, what do we do? So we have this, we then what? Elisa, what did you do? Even though you got the wrong answer, what did you do with your number? So you put a decimal in front of the 5? Why? Okay, so essentially, she skipped the whole divide by 100 because she knows you're simply just going to move your decimal 2 places because it's 100. If you're dividing by 10, it's 1 place, so on and so forth. All right, which is fine. So when we do 7,650 divided by 100, what do we get? What'd you get? 76.5. Okay? So, very close. Good job. Actually, you got the right answer. Did I hear you say the wrong number? Okay. Either way, you got the right answer. That's all that matters. All right. Questions about that one? how do you guys feel about the percent questions? Cause I feel like unit rate, we're comfortable, we just kinda, for the percent questions, this is the first time you've seen them in like really like word problem form, so how do you guys feel? What is your go-to method for percent questions? Like what do you like the best? Oh,
Cross multiply.
cross multiply. Ronnie, what do you like?
Cross multiply.
Okay, Mikhail,
Cross product.
cross product, what do you like?
I do cross multiply, but if that doesn't work, I just do the closest answer that I have.
Okay, so process of elimination sometimes. Alright, who had their hand up over here? What do you like?
Cross multiplication.
Cross multiply. Alright. That's okay. That's why we give you options, right? You try if you can see which ones you like. Alright, so number 9, it says what number is 30% of 50? Alright, what is important in this question? Mila,
30%, 50.
okay, anything else? Okay, so what number? So, when I set this up, do I have a percent in there, Mila? But there's no percent sign after 30. So rather percent sign. Do you think that throws some people off because they don't see the percent sign? Is that why you kind of were like, I'm not sure what to do? Okay. Just because there's no percent sign, if it's telling you it's 30%, it's still the percent. All right, 50. Is that our whole or is that our part? Delilah? That's our whole. So then what are we looking for, Delilah? You what? Because it says, yes, exactly. Now, how many of you guys cross multiply, divide by 100, or let me phrase that. How many of you guys got this question? Alright, so go ahead, you can cross multiply, you can do side to side, or you can do the up and down. Pick when you have your answer, stand up for me. Alright, have a seat. How many of you guys cross multiply? Okay, how many of you guys did side to side? Alright, so when you did side to side, did you multiply or did you divide? Divided. So you divided by what? 2? Alright, so 30 divided by 2 gives you 15. Alright, questions? Is there a question? No? Okay. Questions about that one? Alright, go ahead and let's move on to the next one. What is 16% of $12.50? What is important in this question?
16% of $12.50.
Okay. Alright, so since I have my percent, Troy, 1250, or is that the part or the whole?
That is the whole.
That's the whole, okay?
Because it says 16% off.
So then we know we're looking for a part. Alright, so this one, cross multiplying or up and down is not gonna be very nice. I'm not cross multiply, sorry. Side to side or the up and down method is not gonna be very nice. So I do recommend that you do cross product, then divide by 100. So stand up when you have your answer. Alright, so what do you get when you do 1250 times 16? Jonathan? 200, and then I divide that by 100. What do I get, Jonathan? 2. So your answer for this one is $2. Alright, questions? Alright, number 11. Says there are 90 days in the first semester of Margaret's school year. If she brought her lunch to school 30% of the time, how many days did she bring her lunch during the first semester? Alright, what's important in this question? Kylie? Okay, what does the 90 days stand for? Okay, what else?
She brought lunch to school 30% of the time. And then how many days did she bring her lunch in the first semester?
Okay. Alright, so I have my whole, which is 90. I have my percent, which is 30. So I'm looking for the part. Alright. What's the easiest one we can use for this one? What do you think? Mila? Alright, so cross multiply. What is 9 times 3? It's 9 times 3. How many zeros am I adding? That wasn't a her. How many zeros am I adding? 2. Alright, so that one, for the most part, should be fairly easy for us to do. And then we're going to divide by 100, so we're going to take those 2 zeros off. And what is our answer? 27. Alright, number 12. Alright, number 12 says a boat traveled 240 miles at an average speed of 12 miles per hour. How many hours did the boat travel? Alright, what's important, Mikael? Okay. What else is important? Alright, so this is a unit rate question? Because I already see our unit rate in there, don't we? What's our unit rate? What's our unit rate? Delia? So it's 12 per hour, right? So 12 miles for 1 hour. So this is actually just simply a rate question. You're using unit rate, but you're finding the rate. Alright, so what goes on the top? What goes on the top? Ronnie?
240.
Why does 240 go on the top?
Because that's how many miles or that's how many it traveled.
Right, and the question is asking how many hours did the boat travel? Alright, so you're gonna go, or you can go either way. You can multiply 12 times something to get 240, or you can divide 240 divided by something, excuse me, to get 12. What do you wanna do? Hello? What are we gonna do? Emma?
Go side to side method?
Right, so we're going side to side. I would go from 12 to 240 because essentially, what times 12 gives you 24? What times 12 gives you 24? Okay. 2, and then I'm gonna add a 0, which means I'm simply going to multiply 1 times 20, which gives me 20 hours. And that is my answer for alright, the last question. So an aircraft has 77 females on board. That is 48% of all the passengers on board. How many passengers are on the aircraft? Alright, what's important in this one? What's important? Camden, what? Excuse me, what's important?
77 females.
Okay. Now, Camden, I have a question, and don't get tricked by this. What is that 77 representing? The part or the whole?
The part.
Why is it the part?
It says 77 females on board. This is about 48% of all passengers.
Perfect, of all the passengers. So that's really important because every other question today has been what? The whole. So do not get caught up in like the lull of thinking everything is going to be the same. Alright, Camden, what's the last bit that's important on this one?
48% of all passengers.
Okay,
And how many passengers are on board the aircraft?
okay. So when I set this up, put my 48 there, my 77 here, and my X there. Again, looking at these numbers, what is going to be the easiest process for us? What do you think? Right, so you're gonna cross multiply and then you're gonna divide by 48. So 100 times 77 gives us what? Should be pretty easy. 7,700. Now you're dividing that by 48. So do that, stand up when you have your answer.
use it, I wrote 160. I just, since it said about 48%, I just estimated to the nearest answer choice, which is 160.
Right. So this should be your answer, and again, looking at these key words, about. Alright. You might want to look over the study guide tonight, or your work tonight, or look over your percent, notes tonight. We are going to be starting the test tomorrow. Alright, if there are any questions you come in with in the morning, I will definitely answer those before we get started. But if there are no questions, no concerns, no nothing, then I'm gonna go ahead and just say, get right to it. Alright, so your homework tonight is to study. Study, study, study. Alright, good job today. You have like 3 minutes left, so the first thing ever, you can clean up